Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're back here working in the dark again. My idea was to get the car out of the garage. That way I have more space to work in outside. And then of course, during the daylight, we'll have a lot more lighting outside than inside. But with my screwed up schedule at work and long hours, this is when I get off work and this is how it looks like outside. But we're gonna try to make it happen. I got the lights set up outside. So today I'm gonna try my best to get the interior installed. We had to put the seat back in here because it was hard to move the car around just by squatting in here. So I got the seat in, I think just on one bolt. We'll take that back off. We'll install the carpet and just work our way up, see what we get done. And then if I get that finished within the couple hours that I'm staying here for, I will move on to the brakes. We got to bleed the brakes all the way around. Of course, have a lot of air in them. So we'll get started, see what we can finish today, and we'll hopefully by next video we can move on to finish up the stuff under the hood. We'll get the cowl put on. The AC line's already connected. We'll have the washer blade motor installed. It's gonna finish slowly, but we'll see what happens. So I'm gonna pull the center console back out. I put a couple things in here just because I didn't have space in the garage. We'll take those out of the way. Of course, get rid of that seat. And I'm gonna start on this passenger side. We'll install the carpets on here. And then the rear carpet is actually one piece. It's the same one that goes from here, from the left to right. So we'll get that on. And so real quick before I forget, this little shifter mechanism, this is what bolts onto the trans. And then this cable goes all the way down through the firewall, which is right here, and then to your center console. So I honestly didn't know it would be different off the Hellcats or the regular V6. So I kept it the way it was. And so I think it was yesterday, I was trying to bolt it to the trans, and this whole bracket is a completely different pattern. So I'm gonna take this back out before I install anything else on the interior, and I'll replace it since it's easier now, and then we'll finish off the interior. But I was gonna show you that before I forget. So yes, you have to change this unless you want to keep it disconnected. This is different. So just to show you what I'm talking about, here's the bracket off a Hellcat trans. That's how that looks. And let me show you what the difference is. Side by side. That's the Hellcat. See that? It's a whole different bracket that goes to the trans. So yeah, if you're gonna do that, might as well replace this while you're at it, or you're gonna have to do what I did and get it off from under the steering column. It's really easy, it's not that hard. You got this part. I had to disconnect it from this handle because this is already under the dash, and for this to clear, I gotta loosen the dash up, which I didn't want to do. So all you have to do is take this off. This bracket just pops right up, and then this cable gets off from there. So we'll do that, and then we'll continue working on the inside again. So here's what you should have when you get it through. You got this rubber grommet that'll go through the firewall. And then later on, when I lift it back up, I'll reinstall that mount, which is just laying on the exhaust right now. And on the inside, we'll go through the firewall, under the steering column to your center console, and then you'll reinstall it to your little handle over here. So that's about it. Wasn't too hard. All right, so we're starting in this back area over here. You have to put this insulation in. This is where your fuel pumps are. If you don't have the insulation off a Hellcat or whatever, you can just cut out a hole like I did right here, because this harness has to run through here, this top part. So just to clear it, just get you a little razor blade and make it a square. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's not going to show. It's sitting right under. So I'm gonna pop this connector back out, and then we'll put this cap on. Sit like that. But before that, you run your harness through. Your harness will sit like this. Install your connector. Make sure to lock it so it doesn't come back out. And that's it. Just like that. And now we'll do it to the other side. This actually has to go from the bottom. So take this back off. Harness will go through here. Have this tab open. Lock it. And the same thing. This will just seal up in there. Connector. So just like that. So this is the back carpet. See what I'm talking about? How it connects both left and right. And then you have these push pins right here. And these will go into the actual body. So we'll align this thing and get this part in. All right, guys, so it's the next day, and as you can see, it's daylight, so we can actually work now and see what we're doing. So my main focus today, I want to get the brakes bled on all four sides. That way the car can stop like it's supposed to. So last night, I actually fabricated a custom camera to go in this third brake light. If you know the Hellcats, or the 2015 and up body style Dodge Chargers, they don't have this brake light like this. It's actually just part of the whole LED, and the third brake light is inside this back glass right on the corner, or right in the center. So what I did was I separated this. I wish I took a video of it, but it was so dark so you couldn't even see it. So we separated the front, you see this red bezel, and the back side. And I had a camera that was just sitting in the garage, so I took off the whole face of it, and I put some silicone in there, and I hot glued the back side of it so no water would get inside, and that actually works. So just to show you guys how it looks, it is on the wrong side. It is supposed to be on the driver's side, but when I installed it, I didn't see anything that could possibly be an issue. Oops. So right now, you put it in reverse. So that's a good thing. Customer is gonna have a backup camera now. I did it, just for free. I didn't really charge them extra for this, just to help them out. We did get the carpet installed, as you can see that. I don't want to install the seats in yet because it's going to make it harder for the headliner to get in. The headliner, we're actually going to do the Rolls Royce starlights in it. So I'll show you what we're doing with that later on. I'm going to finish bolting on the dash completely. We still have a couple bolts that have to go inside there. You got a plastic panel that covers all that up. But for the most part, on the inside, it's looking good. You got the mirror that we're getting installed over here. So we'll get started while the light's still out. We'll start with the brakes first. And I also still have to install the filler neck that goes inside here. So we'll take the wheels back off and we'll get that on. So we got the whole car in jack stands. Now it's time to take off the wheels. Like before, 22 millimeter half inch. We'll zap those off and start working on the brakes. And so when I tell you pump 3 times, you'll pump it all the way down, press it all the way out, do that 3 times. When I tell you hold it, you'll hold it down like that. Okay, so I'm gonna get my wrench and get a pan for the fluid to go down in. Now if you have a tool for this, you won't need 2 people, but you also need compressed air to make it work, and we don't got all that. Also, if you have a small hose that'll fit on that, you can avoid the brake fluid getting into contact with the Brembo. But like I said, if you clean it up without it having to stay on there for a while, you won't have any problems with the paint coming off. So we'll get started on that. All right, so pump 3 times. Hold. One more. All right, say hold in. All right, that one looks like does not have a lot of air in it. See how it was like a steady stream of fluid? So meaning that there's not a lot of air pockets. So we're gonna try the second valve. If that does the same thing, we'll move on to the next Brembo. Go ahead, pump 3 times. All right, hold it. See all the air? See that? How it's like bubbles? Those are your air pockets. All right, pump it 3 times. Hold it.
It's hard, it's really hard.
All right, hold it. There we go. That's what you want to see right there. When you see a steady stream of brake fluid coming off, that means the air is almost out of the system. But if you paid attention, when I was closing the valve, it would spit out a little bit. So there's probably still a little bit more air in there. So we'll do it again. 3 more times.
It's hard.
All right, hold it. That one looks like it's good to go now. All right, let go. So that's about it. You do that to all 4 wheels. Make sure you're checking your fluid frequently. You don't want to run this dry. So keep filling it off if it's going low, and then repeat for all 4 wheels, and then you should be good to go. So that went pretty good. We got all the air out of the system. I didn't see any more bubbles or anything popping up when the valve was releasing the fluid. So just wash it off with some water, then you can go down and actually deep clean it later. Put your little caps back on, just like that. And then do the same for all 4 sides. And then now I got to reinstall the filler neck. The plug's right here, and then goes down to the fuel tank. Then of course will come out of the gas cap. So we'll do that. The car is low on fuel, so I have to fill it with some gas before it turns off, and we should be good to go. So after I got installing everything and I started the car, there was an ABS light on. I scanned it, and there was a defect with the left rear wheel speed sensor, which is this over here. Really easy to replace. There's just 1 bolt that holds it in right over here, 10 millimeter, and you will take that off right there. And then on older vehicles it's a pain, but this car is fairly new, so you should be able to just wiggle it out just like that. And then wherever it guides to, just take it off, follow it all the way through, and the connector is on the I'll show you where it is. It's right over here. So I've installed that, and then I'm gonna clear the lights and see if that goes away, which it should. I didn't see any other issues. So the wheel speed sensor installed. I mean, you could drive it around and the system automatically pick up and it will clear itself, but I got the tool, so why not just clear it while I'm here. Okay. Connect that to your OBD if you have one of these. Ignition on. Snooze out. I don't know what this is. It should be automatically. There you go. Automatic ID, and then it'll generate it. And there we go. So we'll display all fitted systems. That's what's for this car. We'll go to anti brakes, and then we'll see what kind of codes are in here. Of course, you can have a lot of codes because, you know, we installed the anti-brake system and all that stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clear it, We're gonna clear that. And then you should get an okay that everything's cleared. Continue. We'll back out of here. Hit home. Shut the ignition off. Now, the light should be out. If I did it right. That's it. Sounds good. So everything is going perfectly so far. I'm gonna reinstall the wheels so I can bring the car down. And next up, I wanna install these brackets here for the blind spot. Got 2 of those. And just work under the hood a little bit. Get the bracket in here that holds the PCM on the other side. Install the wiper blade motor. Just button it up over here, and also reinstall the core support. So the cooling system will not be moving around like this. And almost all the hood latch and all the other stuff that goes on here. And then if we have enough time, we'll take it for a quick spin, see how everything is going. All right, so almost 90% of the engine bay is buttoned up. We got everything plugged in, the wiper blade motors, wiper blades, core support, the mounts for the radiator, so the cooling system's not moving anymore. All I gotta do is wire these headlights. Of course, the hood, that's gonna be a body shop thing for later on. But what I'm gonna do now is I temporarily installed the seat, and we're gonna go for a quick spin. Just make sure everything is solid, and we don't have any issues with the suspension. Just a quick checkup before we continue working while it's still light outside. All right, go ahead, start it. Oh, and we got the exhaust on, so it's a lot quieter now.